This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Donald Trump starts strong in the race for the Republican presidential nomination, winning the first-in-the-nation caucuses last night in Iowa.
Well, I want to thank everybody. This has been some period of time, and most importantly, we want to thank the great people of Iowa. Thank you. We love you all.
Ron DeSantis finished second, followed by Nikki Haley, who says she's taking her message to other states now.
The pundits will analyze the results from every angle. We get that. But when you look at how we're doing in New Hampshire, in South Carolina, and beyond.
Nikki Haley saying she has momentum. Much of the nation seeing dangerously cold weather. The AP's Donna Warder.
Meteorologist Mark Chenard of the National Weather Service says much of the Rockies, Great Plains, and Midwest are experiencing dangerous wind chills.
Minus 30, minus 40, wind chills as low as 0 all the way down in the portions of Texas, Mississippi, Tennessee.
Late Monday, more than 100,000 homes and businesses were without power, mostly in Oregon. At least 4 people in the Portland area died, 2 of them suspected of having hypothermia. And possible freezing rain in the area could mean it'll be much longer before power is restored. I'm Donna Warder.
The U.S. military just now saying that Navy SEALs seized missile parts and other weapons from a ship bound for Houthi rebels in a raid last week in the Arabian Sea. That was the raid that led to 2 of its commandos disappearing in high waves. To the Emmys now, Succession wins a 3rd Best Drama Series award. The Bear is Best Comedy. Gas is $3.07 a gallon this morning, same as a week ago. This is AP News. More on the Emmys now with the AP's Margie Zarletta.
Succession and The Bear took the top honors at the Emmy Awards. Succession won Best Drama Series for a 3rd time. Because the Hollywood strikes delayed the Emmys 4 months, The Bear won for Best Comedy Series for its 1st season, 8 days after it won the Golden Globe for its 2nd season. Quinta Brunson's win for lead comedy actress is the first time a black woman has won since Isabel Sanford in 1981. Kieran Culkin, who won lead dramatic actor, says he really has been asking his wife about having a 3rd child.
Instead of just talking to her in private like a human, I just blasted her on stage, which was very rude.
I'm Margie Zarletta.
Rescuers evacuated tourists this morning from a remote skiing area in China, where dozens of avalanches triggered by heavy snow have trapped more than 1,000 people for a week. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
Have you seen Townscreen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at the Salem License Office, Roberts Judson Lumber Company, and the Main Street Country Corner Cafe, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Townscreen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained, Townscreen in Salem.
There's a place for do-it-yourselfers with everything for your car or truck.
You'll find these great deals at K&H Auto Supply. Gum Out Carb and Choke Cleaner $4.99. Lucas Deep Clean Fuel System Cleaner for $7.99. Blue Devil Oil Stop Leak for $14.99. And KSMO Coolant Leak Repair for $15.99. K&H Auto Supply is your Parts City Auto Parts store right here in Salem.
Parts City. Yeah, Parts City. Parts City.
Take a look at our forecast. It does call for it to be another cold morning as some clouds have rolled back in this morning. And they'll roll back out again. We're going to have that off and on throughout the day today, so get ready for it. But we will have lots of sunshine definitely by the afternoon, a lot more than we will have this morning. But it will be sunny and cold the afternoon, high topping out about 16. Winds will be out of west, anywhere from 8 to 15 and gusting to 25. So even though our high will be 16, wind chills will not get out of single digits. For tonight, clear. Low of 4, wind chills will be back below 0 with southwesterly breezes 8 to 15 and gusting to 20. Sunshine Wednesday, high of 37. Winds out of southwest will be at 10 to 15 and still gusting to 20 to 25. Keeping wind chills pretty much in the low 20s most of the day. Wednesday night, clouds will roll back in, low at 20, with wind chill values down in single digits again, with southerly winds at 9 to 15, gusting to 25 miles an hour. Partly sunny Thursday. We'll have a high of 38, and that's going to be about mid-afternoon. as we will have winds out of south at 5 to 15. They'll move to the north during the late afternoon, and then it's going to get cold and blustery again. Cloudy Thursday night, low of 5. Really windy out of the northwest again with gusts up to 25 to 30 miles an hour. Sunshine and cold Friday, high of 16. Still blustery. And then partly cloudy Friday night, low of -2. Wind chills again could be in the minus teens again. At the KSMO studios right now at your hometown radio station. Well, we were -4 this morning early. We're now at -2. That's, again, an improvement. Not that you're going to know a lot, but right now, and actually, we were at -2. Now we're dropped back down to -3. We do have some cloud cover at the moment. We have 7-mile-an-hour winds coming directly out of the west, 78% relative humidity, and the pressure at 30.44 inches. It's rising. So it's a cold morning out there. Make sure that you bundle it up. I'm just telling you. Now, again, we won't have any precipitation today, but there will be some blowing snow around here and there, like kind of called the lake effect snow in our area. We don't have a lot of lakes, but it gets up in the high atmosphere and will eventually make its way down here in our area too. But it's not going to have any accumulation expected. So that's the good news. Well, the bad news is, though, it's still kind of cold out there. -3, -17 with the wind chill with cloudy skies. At KSMO, come right back. We got news next in 1 minute when we return. It's Tuesday morning, January 16th.
The Missouri Veterans Home is a long-term skilled care facility that is now accepting admissions. The care is top-notch because our veterans deserve it.
Everybody is friendly. They treat you with respect. Like I say, I am so grateful that I got to be a resident here. It's just wonderful being here.
For more information about admissions at Missouri's Veterans Homes, visit mvc.dps.mo.gov. A message from the Missouri Veterans Commission.
Did you know there is someone at your local hospital who can help you manage and understand the challenges of today's healthcare decisions? I'm Lisa Delaney, Director of Social Services at Salem Memorial District Hospital. If you have questions about Medicare or Medicaid, rehabilitation services, long-term care placement, or advanced healthcare planning, call me at 573-729-6626 to discuss your needs. We are committed to every patient, every encounter, every time.
7:35 at KSMO. Time for news. Local news brought to you as a courtesy of us at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. That's AM 1340, FM 95.7. Streaming at KSMOradio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, and KSMO YouTube. Good morning, wherever you might be joining us from. And we hope it's going to be a good day for you. Let's get to that news. Volunteers for the AARP will be conducting their free tax filing assistance at the Salem Community Center at the Army again this year. This free tax filing assistance begins on Friday, February 2nd. It will continue every Friday until April the 5th. Appointments can be made by calling the Salem Community Center at 729-8163. This local service is provided entirely by the AARP trained volunteers, and it'll be the 20th year that Healthy Dane County has partnered with AARP to provide this free tax service to our community. The AARP Foundation Tax Aid volunteers are trained in filing certain tax forms as well as schedules, including the Form 1040. However, the Volunteer Protection Act does require that the volunteers stay within the scope of the program. If counselors feel they do not have adequate knowledge for your return or it's too complex, you may need to seek another qualified counselor or get paid tax assistance. Items you will need to bring with you to have your tax returns prepared are proof of identification, such as a picture ID, Social Security cards for you, your spouse, and dependents, or a Social Security number verification letter issued by the Social Security Administration. You should also bring birth dates for you, your spouse, and dependents on the tax return. Also needed are wage and earning statements, Form W-2, W-2G, 1099-R, 1099 miscellaneous from all employers, year-end Social Security statements showing total Social Security received and Medicare payments, and interest and dividend statements from banks, like Forms 1099. You should bring a copy of last year's federal and state returns if you have them available, plus proof of bank account routing numbers and account numbers for direct deposit, such as a blank check or deposit slip. To file taxes electronically on a married filing joint tax return, both spouses must be present to sign the required forms. The Salem Community Center at the Army is located at 1200 West Ralda Road. Appointments can be made by calling 729-8163, and you can make those appointments now. That's 729-8163. Salem Police Department did release a report for the month of November. The department did respond to 12 accidents during that month. Officers did respond to 2 alarms sounding, and they did address 37 animal calls. The department investigated 2 assaults or fights, performed 17 well-being checks and 9 area checks during the month. The department investigated 15 domestic disputes, 6 verbal disturbances, conducted 59 follow-up investigations, and provided 23 escorts. They investigated 1 fraud, 1 harassment report, took 4 missing persons reports, and offered assistance to 7 motorists. The Salem Police wrote 4 property damage reports during November, plus made 4 stealing reports and a shoplifting report. Officers investigated 2 intoxicated drivers, 25 suspicious circumstance calls, 6 suspicious person calls, and 8 suspicious vehicle calls. Officers responded to 2 trespassing calls and attempted to serve a warrant in November. Officers conducted 96 traffic stops during the month. The police did respond to a total of 556 incidents in November. The average response time to calls during November was 1 minute and 57 seconds, and the average time spent on the scene was 20 minutes and 5 seconds. Denton County Fire Protection District Board of Directors will meet this evening at 6 at the fire station, number 2 South Main. After the roll call and approval of the consent agenda, review of the December minutes, and hearing of the financial report before approving the bills, the board then reviewed the calendar review and will review the budget as well as the monthly reimbursement report. Old and new business will be addressed. After hearing a report from the fire chief, the day will be set for the February meeting before the meeting is adjourned. The meeting this evening of the Denton County Fire Protection District Board of Directors is open to the public. Salem Public Library invites the City of Salem residents and Denton County communities to participate in their 2024 community survey. Information collected will be used entirely to identify top priorities for the library and to be developing strategic long-term plans for the library in the future. The survey should take no longer than 5 to 7 minutes, and all the responses will be kept anonymous. Survey is live, and a link to that survey is pinned at the top of the Salem Public Library's Facebook page. Individuals who wish to complete a paper copy of the survey will be able to do so at the library during the normal business hours. The library is at 403 North Jackson Street in Salem at the intersection of 4th and Jackson. The survey will be closing after Friday, February 9th. Community members are encouraged to visit the library to participate in current programming, utilize the many services available, access the library's materials collection, or provide additional feedback. For questions about the survey or the public library itself, its services, or current programming, contact Kate McBride, the library director, at salemmopubliclibrary@gmail.com, or by phone at 573-729-4331. And Denton County Assessor Jamie Homemeyer wants the public to be aware that if you're 100% disabled or 65 years of age or older based on your total household income, you may be eligible for Missouri property tax credit for up to $1,100 for your real estate taxes paid. To determine if you are eligible, visit with your tax professional or visit the Missouri Department of Revenue website and click on the tab called Taxation and go to Individual Taxes. You'll be given options to the right and find the Property Tax Credit button and click on it to get all the details. If you owned or occupied your home an entire year and have over 5 acres of property, you will need to bring your paid real estate tax receipt to your county assessor's office, and they will fill out the required form for you to determine your credit. If you live in Denton County, stop by the Denton County Courthouse at the Denton County Assessor's Office and speak with Jamie Homemeyer. Her office hours are 8 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. You can also call her if you have questions at 729-6010. If you live in a different county, contact your county assessor in that county for any help or questions that you may have. It's 7:42. Sports is next when we come right back.
Have you ever asked a farmer if they talk to their fields?
Promise me you'll grow nice and tall. You got that? No, you were corn in 2013, not 2014. Hope you were thirsty. You think Cheryl's still mad at me?
After all that talking, sometimes it's time to listen. Your field has a voice, and John Deere Operations Center helps you hear it. Unlock every acre's full potential by using both agronomic and economic data. Visit johndeere.com/operations center and unlock your operation.
They run errands. and equipment. They bring parts and dinner. They drive the combine and the kids to school. They feed livestock. They fix skinned knees, broken fences. They do the books and lead the 4-H group. They simply make everything better. John Deere celebrates the strength and resilience of the women that make farms run. They make all the difference.
In sports news, the Salem Lady Basketball Tigers game in Vienna Monday was postponed. It will be made up this Friday night at 6. That's a varsity-only game. Lady Tigers will host the Owensville Dutch Girls tonight in a varsity-only game beginning at 6. Salem is 4-12 on the season, Owensville 9-4. That game will be aired on KSMO Radio and video streamed on KSMO Media. It'll start with Tiger Talk coach Cody Woody at about 5:50. Salem Boys Basketball Tigers game Monday with Fordland was postponed and rescheduled for tonight at 8:30 in Houston. Due to the scheduled broadcast of the Lady Tigers game, KSO will not be carrying that boys game tonight. Missouri Tigers will be at Alabama tonight to face the Crimson Tide. Tigers are 8-8 on the year and 0-3 in the SEC Conference. That game will not be heard on KSMO due to Lady Tigers basketball game. Owen Tippett scored a late third-period goal to lead the Philadelphia Flyers to a 4-2 win over the Blues Monday. Brendan Sod and Oscar Sundquist scored for the Blues. They'll be in Washington to play the Capitals on Thursday. And that does it for news and sports, brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO Radio, its hometown radio station. It's 7:45 right now, and time for that daily investment report from the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones. They've been helping you with your investment needs for many years, and they can continue to do so. Edward Jones Brokerage has been around since way back in 1922. Get in touch with Joe or Leah today by calling 729-3831. Or you can feel free to stop by the office, 907 South Pershing. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and our daily investment report. With that report this morning, it's Teresa Whalen. Teresa?
This is Teresa Whalen bringing you the daily financial market report on behalf of financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash, and also Edward Jones. Today's U.S. equity closed higher. The Dow closed down 118 points to close at 37,593. The NASDAQ closed up 3 points to close at 14,973. The S&P 500 closed up 4 points to close at 4,784. And in the bond market, 10-year Treasury yields are trading at 3.96%. The price of crude oil was up 76 cents to close at $72.78. Spot price of gold was up $31.70 to close at $2,050.90. For stocks of local interest, we have Ameren Corporation at $71.89, down 31 cents. AT&T $16.48, up 25 cents. Boeing $217.70, down $4.96. Dollar General $134.64, down that is up 78 cents. ExxonMobil $99.95, up $1.24. McDonald's $293.47, down 68 cents. Microsoft $388.47, up $3.84. PepsiCo $167.27, up $1.14. Pfizer $28.70, up 30 cents. Procter & Gamble $150.60, up 9 cents. U.S. Bancorp $42.15, down 67 cents. And Walmart $161.32, up 21 cents. This has been today's financial market report, brought to you on behalf of Edward Jones, member SIPC, and financial advisors Joe Brand and Leah Nash, serving individual investors with personalized attention and financial advice at 907 South Pershing, right here in Salem, Missouri, bringing you this Wall Street to Main Street report.
Thank you, Teresa. And that report from Friday, obviously, with no report yesterday because of the holiday yesterday. So, again, right here at KSMO, that's been our daily investment report from the offices of Joe Brand and Leah Nash of Edward Jones. Back open today. And for more information about stocks, bonds, mutual funds, IRAs, commodities, there's many other things out there, municipal bonds. We got treasury bills, a lot of different things you might be interested in. Give them a call, 729-3831, or feel free to stop by the offices, 907 South Pershing. Joe Brand, Leah Nash of Edward Jones, member SIPC. At the KSMO Studios, your hometown radio station. We appreciate you being along. And right here at KSMO, we have coming up next a look at Operation Weather Watch that's 1 minute away from right now.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out the Salem United Methodist Church, Dent County Health Center, and the local on 4th Street, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained Town Screen in Salem.
Hi, Carrie Patton here from Town & Country Bank. We've got all the perks of a national bank, like online banking, quick loan approval, and you can even deposit your check from your phone. That's not why our customers love us, though. They love us because we still offer hometown customer service. Stop by one of our area locations and let our friendly team remind you how special hometown banking can be. Smart, friendly solutions. Town & Country Bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Thanks, Carrie. KSMO Radio 749. Time for weather on Operation Weather Watch. Complete summary of weather in the region and the KSMO listening area. It's all brought to you as a courtesy of KSMO. Well, pretty quiet in the short term as some light lake effect snow is blowing around this morning. Otherwise, very cold and chilly. The wind chill advisory is still in effect till noon today. Now look for sunny skies by this afternoon. Highs will be in the teens today, but low single digits above zero will be where we are with the wind chills. Now, tonight we'll be back below zero with those wind chills as well. For Wednesday through Thursday, a brief warm-up is going to occur, but still not going to be up to normal. It's expected to be occurring as the upper trough will lift to the northeast, and we'll get more of a zonal pattern. Highs should reach the mid to upper 30s both days. On Wednesday night, we should drop to about 20, but wind chills will be back in single digits, above zero, though. A cold front will push through the area late Thursday as northwesterly flow will redevelop ahead of a ridge axis in the western U.S. A cold air mass will continue to push toward the area through Saturday, with Thursday and Friday night lows back in single digits and highs on Friday and Saturday in the teens to low 20s at best out in western Missouri. Some of the forecast models are bringing in a quick chance for some light snow, possibly Thursday night, but again, extremely light at this time. National Weather Service does have a low precipitation probability for light snow in central Missouri, but with little or no accumulation. Sunday through the, probably next week after that, a second cold wave will be short-lived. We're going to get rid of it pretty quick. By Saturday night, the surface high will be shifting east to the Ohio Valley, and a strong low-level warm advection pattern is going to start setting up Sunday. An upper-level trough is expected to develop out west early in the week. This will bring some southwesterly flow aloft into the area and bring in both Pacific and Gulf moisture. The 8 to 12-day outlook shows higher probabilities for warmer temperatures, but also a better chance of getting some rain in our area as well. Or snow. 10, yeah, they said we hit 10. I'm not sure we did, but they say we did. 10 is what we hit yesterday afternoon. Probably just touched it for a second and went back down to 9. -4 was the low, and that occurred yesterday morning at about 2 o'clock. I believe that one, no doubt about that. Normal high is 44, normal low 24. So we're still not even close to normal. 70, our record high in 1952. -11 was a record low in 1977. Yesterday we had a trace of precipitation. Month-to-date total at 1 3/5. Normal should be a 1 1/3 for the year. Our sunrise, 7:20 this morning. 5:12 the time of sunset this evening. Saturday through Monday in our extended forecast, sunshine, lots of it Saturday, but cold, high of 22. We will have winds on Saturday, and it should put wind chills pretty much in single digits or low teens. Saturday night, partly cloudy at the low of 7. Partly sunny Sunday, warming up to near 30. Cloudy Sunday night, not as cold, with a low of 21. And then on Monday, mostly cloudy, getting up closer to 40, but a chance of some rain. Rain, not snow, rain on Monday. That local forecast and current conditions, they're next in a moment.
The Cardinals magazine, the care and quality of its presentation, the thick paper, the glossy photographs, and photographs from Stan Musial to Lou Brock to Jim Edmonds to the present-day players, the Cardinal tradition, the history. It will put you right there in Busch Stadium behind home plate like no other magazine. And it's easy to start a subscription. Just call 314-345-9000 or visit cardinals.com/magazine.
Well, we do have that wind chill advisory still in effect till noon today. Otherwise, we do expect some sunshine to be with us by mid to late morning and then all through the afternoon. High of 16 today. Winds westerly at about 8 to 15 and gusting to 25. Yeah, wind chills. Yeah, still very, very cold today. Single digits at best and probably low single digits at that. Clear skies tonight, low of 4. Wind chills will be back below 0 with southwesterly winds at 8 to 12, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Sunshine Wednesday, high of 37. Southwest winds at 10 to 15, could gust up to 25. That will help keep that day a little bit warmer with those southwest winds, but still breezy, and wind chills will still be in the 20s. For Wednesday night, clouds will roll back in. The low will be near 20. Winds out of south at 10 to 15, could gust to 25, putting wind chills down around 8 to 10, somewhere in that vicinity. Partly sunny Thursday, high of 38 again, but that's only going to be a short-lived high. We're going to get to that in the afternoon. With those south winds that'll help generate that warmer temperature, we'll be shifting around and going to the north by late afternoon. 5 to 10 mile an hour winds out of south will become 15 to 25 miles an hour out of the north by the afternoon and into the evening. Thursday night will be cloudy and will be down around 5 by early morning Friday in blustery conditions. Sunny, very cold Friday with blustery conditions and a high of 16. Wind chills probably near 0 most of the day Friday. Friday night, partly cloudy, the low dropping to -2. Still fairly breezy Friday night, and then sunny Saturday with a high of 22. Currently at the KSMO studios, right now, your hometown radio station, it's -3. Yeah, you heard right, -3. We do have some clouds. We do have 7 mile an hour winds coming directly out of the west, 77% relative humidity, and 30.44 inches of pressure, which is climbing, making it feel like -16 right now at KSMO Radio. So there you have it, a look at weather on Operation Weather Watch. Complete summary of weather in the region and the KSMO listening area. Thanks for joining us. It's Tuesday, January 16th, and we want to tell you that at Country Mart today you can save on your Special K pastry crisps. Blueberry or strawberry, 12-count package. Get 2 of them, $5. How about your Oscar Mayer bologna or Cotto salami? Get that for $3.49. And you can also save, too, on your Washington Cosmic Crisp apples. Got some of those yesterday. Good. $1.68 a pound. Check those out. And many other great specials going on right now at Country Mart, Highway 3272 East in Salem. Open 7 days a week, here to help you save. Coming up next, we have our Civic Record. We invite you to stick around for that. Coming your way in 1 minute.
This is Cardinals broadcaster John Rooney. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back on the fields in Jupiter, Florida for Spring Training 2024. It will be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered, and we'll be with you from the first pitch until the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar. Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO.
Want a good way to start the morning? Grab a McDonald's breakfast. Want a better way to start the morning? Grab their incredible buy one, get one for $1 breakfast deal. Now that's what I call a morning miracle. Right now, I can choose from the scrumptious sausage biscuit, savory sausage McMuffin, or the soft and warm sausage McGriddles. At McDonald's, morning miracles really do exist. I guess you could say I'm living on the sunny side of the drive-thru line. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Valid for item of equal or lesser value.
7:57, top of the hour time, brought to you by Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services. Hoping all of you are safe and out there in the super cold temperatures we have. And, of course, too, if you've been thinking about different things about the future, you know, how are you going to be able to afford this and how are you going to be able to afford that? And if you've got a right retirement plan for you Or maybe you're thinking about making some changes. Maybe some lifestyle changes have happened for you. Maybe you've added a child, or maybe you've added grandchildren, or maybe you've lost a spouse. Maybe you got divorced. Whatever it might be, remember, get your information updated. That portfolio really comes in handy when you got it up to date. And if you don't have it up to date, things can get a little bit messy. So make sure that you get in touch with Doug. If you have questions about that, 729-7508. A member of Emeritus, he can help you and answer a lot of different questions. Doug Wisdom and Wisdom Financial Services right here in Salem. Again, a member of Emeritus. At the KSMO studios, we do want to remind you, our friends from the Beekeepers Association will be here this morning about 8:30-ish, and we'll be talking to them about different things about being in the Beekeepers Association, different things about that, and hopefully you'll be interested in that. And if you are, please join us. And if you can't join us live, we will have that on our 3 streaming platforms in which you can go back later and check out for yourself. Our KSMO Twitch account at KSMOradio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook, and KSMO YouTube page. And so we'll have that this morning, 8:30-ish on KSMO Radio. All right, it's time for that Civic Record, a program of church and civic news, and a mention of persons recently deceased, brought to you as a courtesy of your friends at Southtown Furniture on Highway 19 South. It's a new year, and maybe it's time for some new furniture. Maybe it's time for some new appliances. Maybe it's time to replace that old nasty bedding that finally has just wore out. And after maybe the Christmas holidays when everybody was at the house, you realize just how kind of nasty it's finally gotten. You know, it does take some time to do it, but those mattresses eventually do just start to break down. And when they do, you're not going to get the night's sleep that you really need. Stop on by Southtown and check out their bedding department. They've got a number of different types and styles of bedding. You're going to find the right one for you. I always say do the lay-down test. It's the best way, whether it be on the iComfort sleep system, the Certipedic Perfect Sleeper. It could be on the iSeries. It could be on the hybrid. It doesn't matter. You just let your body do the talking, because when it lays down and it finds that comfort zone, you're going to know it. And you're going to know it quick. And so when you find that right bedding, take it home with you. I'm telling you what, there's nothing better than a fantastic night's sleep. Let your friends at Southtown help you achieve that goal. Southtown Furniture in Salem, truly where the bargains are. Frank Lewis of Raymondville passed away January 11th at the age of 87. Funeral services for Frank Lewis will be held at 1 today at the First Baptist Church in Licking. Interment will be in the Licking Cemetery. All the arrangements are under the direction of the Fox Funeral Home in Licking for Frank Lewis, whose funeral services will be at 1 today at the First Baptist Church in Licking. Johnny Hall passed away Thursday, January 11th at the age of 86. Funeral services for Johnny Hall will be held at 1 o'clock Thursday at the James and Guard Chapel of Rolla, with visitation beginning at 11 prior to the service. Johnny Hall survived by his wife Peggy Hall of Rolla, a son Mark Hall of Rolla, daughter Sherry Phelps of Rolla, and husband Gary, 1 grandson and 4 great-grandchildren. Memorials may be made to the staff of the arborists at Parkside in Rolla, Missouri. Cards are available, and all the arrangements are under the direction of the James and Guard Mortuary of Rolla for Johnny Hall. His funeral services will be at 1 o'clock Thursday at the James and Guard Chapel of Rolla. Scenic Rivers Industries, a shelter workshop, reminding everybody that construction on their parking lot is still going on. Recycling bins beside the building, they're out of commission. They do have some temporary bins in the parking lot in front of the building. Hopefully that will get done this week. I do appreciate your understanding and your patience. That's the shelter workshop. Recycling bins beside the building out of commission right now. They have temporary bins in the parking lot in front of the building. Back with more of our Civic Record next. It's up right after this.
Southtown Furniture in Salem is your local authorized appliance dealer for Speed Queen washers and dryers. Speed Queen is the most dependable washer and dryer available today, featuring their famous commercial design using only the highest quality metal components. These components are tested for over 10,000 cycles or 25 years of life at 8 loads per week. Your clothes will always come out cleaner with Speed Queen's large size agitator and wash tub, both rotating, allowing water to move through the heaviest fabric to create a better, gentle wash. Stop by Southtown Furniture today, your local authorized appliance dealer for Speed Queen washers and dryers, Highway 19 South, right here in Salem. It's Southtown Furniture. At KSMO Radio, continuing with our civic record, there'll be a toothbrush rug beginner class this Thursday evening from 6 to 8 with Amy Terrell. Join them for a fun rug-making hands-on workshop. Learn an easy technique to make a rug from torn strips of fabric and a modified toothbrush. These rugs are quick to make and require no sewing. In this class, you'll learn how to begin a toothbrush rug or table runner. You'll leave class with a small rug that you can either use as a trivet or continue to build at home as large as you want it to be. All projects are machine washable, dryable, and last for years. No previous experience or skills are needed. The cost of the class is $20, which does include your supplies. The course is for those 18 and above. A minimum of 2 people need to sign up, and no more than 10 people will be allowed to do so. Class registrations are a first-come, first-served basis with the online registrations. Interested persons can sign up under programs at the SalemCommunityBetterment.com website for activities at the Creative Arts Center. Everybody's invited out this Friday to the Eagles Club for an incredible meal. If you haven't been out there for their pork tenderloin dinner, you have really missed out. It is incredible. And that pork tenderloin dinner will be from 5 to 8 this Friday. The cost is $12 a plate. That includes the fixins. Salem Eagles Club's on Highway 32 West past the airport. And again, having their pork tenderloin dinner this Friday night, 5 to 8. $12 a plate. It is outstanding. Head on out that way. Check it out for yourself. The Eagles Club on Highway 32 West, past the airport on the north side of Highway 32. Their pork tenderloin dinner, 5 to 8 this Friday night. A penguin paint party will be held Friday from 5:30 to 7 with Danielle Norris at the Creative Arts Center. Come break up the winter boredom and paint some cute penguins. Perfect for adults and kids. The cost is $20 for adults, $10 for youngins. All ages are welcome, but kids under the age of 5 do need a parent to go with them. A minimum of 6 people must sign up for the class, and it will be maxed out at 22. Class registrations on a first-come, first-served basis with the online registrations. Interested persons can sign up under programs at SalemCommunityBetterment.com's website for any of the activities at the Creative Arts Center. On Saturday, the Salem Eagles will be having a trivia night. It's open to the public and they'll open their doors at 5. The cost is $25 per person, which includes a meal and a soda. Salem Eagles Club's out Highway 32 West, where they're having this Saturday night a trivia night. It's open to the public. Everybody's welcome. Doors open at 5. Come on out, be a part of the trivia night at the Eagles, out Highway 32 West, just past the airport, this Saturday night, starting at, well, the doors open at 5. I believe the trivia contest starts at 6. And at the Salem Nutrition site today, they'll be serving up roast beef, roll, potatoes and carrots, warm fruit compote, and milk. The menu at the Salem Nutrition site is always a great one, and this one is no exception. They'll serve lunch from 11 to 12:30, and everybody, all ages, are welcome to attend. If you're 60 and above, the suggested contribution is $5. If you're under the age of 60, your meal will cost $7. And the Salem Nutrition site is located at 604 North McGrath Lane here in Salem. If you have questions about the meal or need more information, call 729-2373. Where the meal today at the Salem Nutrition site from 11 to 12:30 for lunch is roast beef, roll, potatoes and carrots, warm fruit compote, and milk. The menu can change without notice. Here at KSMO Radio, that concludes our Civic Record. It is a program of church and civic news and a mention of persons recently deceased. Civic Record brought to you as a courtesy of all of us right here
at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Thanks for joining us. And, of course, it's also brought to you by your friends at Southtown Furniture and Highway 19 South. Well, you heard about those appliances, Speed Queen appliances, Frigidaire. They've got some tremendous appliances and all different types of them, too. Washers, dryers. Obviously, with Speed Queen, they do a tremendous job. But they also have refrigerators, freezers. They've got your microwaves. Yep, they've got all that. And so much more, including dishwashers. If you're looking for something in particular, give them a call. If you can't get out and about, 729-3422, or stop by 1601 South Highway 19, open Monday through Saturday. And if you don't have time to either call or go by, you can go online at your leisure whenever you want, 24/7 at SouthtownFurnitureSalem.com. Southtown Furniture in Salem, part of the Baudar family of furniture stores, have been serving you since 1922. It's where the bargains are. Coming up, we have statewide news from the Missouri Net. We'll have our Salem Nutrition Center's menu. We'll have AP news and Sports in Missouri Net, agribusiness news, and our friends from the Beekeepers Association. And all coming up, all right here, KSMO Radio.
Hey, all you high school juniors, with a few well-placed words, there's an adventure at hand awaiting for you. It's the Inter-County Youth Contest, and you could win an all-expense-paid trip to Washington, D.C. or Jefferson City. And all you have to do is write a 250 to 500-word essay on who is one of your role models and why are they important to you. For more information about the Youth Tour Contest, contact your school or Inter-County Electric Member Services at 866-621-3679.
Have you seen Town Screen yet? It's one of the most affordable ways to get your message out in the community. With strategically placed vertical screens in numerous locations in Salem, check it out at Advanced Chiropractic, Jet Tires and Auto, Salem Bowling Center, and Terrell's Complete Auto Care, just to name a few. Find out more about how you can use Town Screen for everything local. Stop by 800 South Main or call 636-338-1199. Hometown created and maintained. Town Screen in Salem.
Missouri Net News, I'm Marshall Griffin. The animosity over Missouri's plan to widen Interstate 70 has taken another turn. Crocker State Rep. Don Mayhew has filed a bill that would flip-flop the names of I-70 and I-44. Mayhew questions how Missouri can afford $2.8 billion to widen I-70 to 3 lanes in both directions from St. Louis to Kansas City.
Why aren't we pursuing the federal funding, certainly to the tune of at least a 50% match on a significant improvement? Perhaps it's because the federal government even recognizes that this project isn't necessary.
Morgan Mundell with the group Missourians for Transportation Investment says there may or may not be federal funding available in the future.
We should also take the approach that we shouldn't let Washington, D.C., try and save us. Missourians like to pull themselves up by their own bootstraps.
A bill filed in the Missouri Senate would provide lifetime protective orders for victims and survivors of abuse. Republican Mike Moon of Ash Grove crafted his bill after a 2022 Arizona law that was named after Kaylee Kozak.
When she was a young student athlete, she was abused by a coach. And shortly after he was convicted, he attempted to make contact with her again. And so she was not protected.
Under the bill, the order would be in effect for life unless the victim dies, the conviction is dismissed, expunged, or overturned, or the victim requests that the order be terminated. Springfield residents are being asked to conserve natural gas and electric use due to extreme cold. City Utilities is requesting voluntary conservation because the cold is having an impact on the delivery of natural gas along the pipeline. They're asking customers to limit the use of non-essential appliances and electronics, turn thermostats down, bundle up in warm clothing, minimize the use of heating and lighting in unoccupied rooms, and postpone using major energy-consuming activities. You can find news online anytime at MissouriNet.com. This is MissouriNet.
Every day we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
My therapist had told me that I needed to go to AA meetings, but I wasn't sure whether I wanted to go because I didn't want to be an alcoholic. That was not what I wanted to grow up and be. I didn't want to go to AA, but I did, and it wasn't what I expected by any means. It was friendly. I could feel it. I mean, I could feel the happiness. It's really great.
Visit AA.org for more information and download the Meeting Guide app to find a meeting near you.
The Missouri Attorney General's office is warning of winter scams. Ashley Bird has details.
When the weather causes problems, scammers can make consumers double victims. The department says to look out for an imposter posing as a utility worker, saying they need to repair or replace equipment and asking for payment. Contractors who are not licensed and insured ask for and confirm paperwork with the Better Business Bureau or the State Attorney General's hotline. Official-sounding scammers who say they're from the local utility company or offer assistance contact the agency in charge of whatever program you're being offered to see. And if anyone you don't know asks for a social security number, a bank account, or credit card, it's likely a scam. Ashley Bird, Missouri Net.
Only a few days after reopening, the ferry that links Missouri and Kentucky is closed again. The Dorena-Hickman ferry halted operations on Friday due to the current cold and wind chills locking Missouri into a deep freeze. More details can be found on the Dorena-Hickman Ferry's Facebook page. This is Missouri Net.
What's the fastest way for you to get yourself up to date on the latest in news, sports, weather, and obituaries that costs you absolutely nothing? It's Your World Today. Serving Salem and Dent County now for over 20 years, Your World Today is 4 pages of information that will take you about 5 minutes to read, and they're available in over 30-plus locations in Salem and in Bunker. Your World Today. Pick one up every weekday. They're free.
At KSMO Radio, let's take a look at that Salem Nutrition Center's menu for today. Roast beef with roll, potatoes and carrots, warm fruit compote, and milk. Everybody's welcome to attend. All ages are to come on out and have lunch at the Salem Nutrition site at 11 to 12:30, Monday through Friday, except for holidays. And they're located inside the Salem Senior Center at 604 North McGrath Lane. If you're 60 and above, your suggested contribution's $5. If you're under the age of 60, it's $7 for the meal. And again, all ages, everybody is welcome to come on by and eat lunch, 11 to 12:30. We'll stop on by 604 North McGrath Lane. Should you have any questions, you're more than welcome to call 729-2373, 729-2373. With the menu again today at the Salem Nutrition site is roast beef, roll, potatoes and carrots, warm fruit compote, and milk. And don't forget, the menu can change without notice. Every weekday, we bring you that Salem Nutrition Center's menu. It's a courtesy of all of us at KSMO Radio, your hometown radio station. Keep it right here. AP News and then Sports and Missouri Net are coming up on your Tuesday morning. And our friends in the Beekeepers Association will be here a little after 8:30 right here on KSMO Radio, AM 1340, FM 95.7. We'll be streaming that interview as well on KSMOradio.com, KSMO Stream Facebook page, and KSMO YouTube.
This is Cardinals broadcaster Ricky Horton. Soon enough, the boys of summer will be back and on the fields in Jupiter, Florida. Spring Training 2024. It'll be another season of the home runs, the hits, and the unforgettable moments. We will have you covered and will be with you from the first pitch to the final out, right here on the Cardinals Radio Network, powered by Gray Bar.
Cardinal Baseball on your Ozark Sports Leader, KSMO.
A better variety of music. KSMO, Salem.
This is AP News. I'm Rita Foley. Is it pretty cold where you are? It's dangerously cold in many parts of the U.S. Wind chills of minus 30 and below in the central part of the nation. The National Weather Service's Mark Chenard.
A large swath of the country seeing wind chills below zero and then even minus 20 to minus 30 this morning. Continuing today. We will start to see some moderation as we go through the week, but certainly still cold out there this morning.
GOP caucus goers in Iowa braved life-threatening cold last night to give Donald Trump a big win in the Republican presidential nominating contest.
Trump has won Iowa's caucuses, with Florida Governor Ron DeSantis a distant second and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley third. Trump says it's time for national unity.
I really think this is time now for everybody
our country to come together. We want to come together, whether it's Republican or Democrat or liberal or conservative.
The GOP contest now moves to New Hampshire, which will hold the first in the nation primary on January 23rd. The Republican field has shrunk now that Vivek Ramaswamy has suspended his campaign and is now endorsing Trump. I'm Donna Warder.
After that big win last night in Iowa, Donald Trump's got another legal challenge today. This morning's trial in New York is to figure out how much more he owes the writer, E. Jean Carroll, for denying that he sexually assaulted her in the 1990s and accusing her of lying about what she said. Belgium's prime minister, whose country holds the rotating presidency of the European Union at the moment, warns that the foundations of democracy will be put to the test during the November election in the U.S. He spoke after Donald Trump won the Iowa caucuses. Succession's the best drama, The Bear, top comedy at the Emmy Awards last night. This is AP News. There's word of more problems involving Boeing aircraft.
The Federal Aviation Administration is investigating a ground collision of two Boeing planes in Chicago. Federal air safety officials say a plane taxiing for departure clipped another aircraft at Chicago O'Hare International Airport on Sunday evening. No injuries were reported. Both planes were Boeing design. The left-wing tip of an all-Nippon Airways Boeing 777 jet struck the rear of a Delta Airlines Boeing 717 airliner. American aircraft manufacturer Boeing faces increasing scrutiny following a series of mechanical failures and subsequent grounding of its Boeing 737 MAX 9. An emergency exit door on that model failed and caused an emergency landing last week. It's not immediately clear what caused the latest incident. I'm Norman Hall.
Gas is $3.07 a gallon this morning. I'm Rita Foley, AP News.
This is Deborah Hobson, Director of Infection Prevention. To help prevent disease, wash your hands. As you touch people, surfaces, and objects throughout the day, you accumulate germs on your hands. In turn, you can infect yourself with these germs by touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Washing your hands frequently can help limit the transfer of germs that causes illness. Salem Memorial District Hospital. Every patient, every encounter, every time.
This is St. Louis Blues analyst Joey Vitale. There is nothing more exhilarating than watching St. Louis Blues hockey in person. But if you can't make it to the game, you can catch all the action here on your Ozark sports leader, KSMO Radio in Salem, Missouri. Your radio home for St. Louis Blues hockey.
Missouri Net Sports is brought to you by the Missouri Coalition for Roadway Safety. Driving CMVs during winter is no joke. Always be cautious, be prepared, and be safe. Simple actions save lives. Brought to you by Show Me Zero.
Missouri Net Sports, I'm Bill Pollock. The Bills beat the Steelers 31-17. Buffalo will now host the Chiefs Sunday Night Football for the divisional round, 5:30 on CBS. No streaming only for Chiefs fans, although that was a huge success for the NFL and NBC. They reported that 23 million people streamed the Chiefs-Dolphins game. That ranks as the most streamed event of any kind ever in the United States. Now, back to this matchup. This will be the first road playoff game for Patrick Mahomes in his career, and the Chiefs have lost 3 of their last 4 matchups against the Bills. The Blues gave up a pair of goals late in a 4-2 loss to the Philadelphia Flyers. Brandon Saad scored early in the third to tie the game at 2, but Philly scored twice in the final 6 minutes. The Blues have now dropped 3 of 4. Just a day ago, interim coach Drew Bannister thought this was a playoff team. Not the way they played last night.
I think we got what we deserved. For 40 minutes, we didn't have enough effort in our game. Continued to mismanage the puck, making it difficult on our team.
The Blues will play next at the Capitals on Thursday. The Mizzou Tigers aim to avoid a 4th consecutive loss to open up SEC play. They visit Alabama tonight. Tigers coming off a 71-69 overtime loss against South Carolina. Mizzou 8-8 on the season. Tonight's game tips at 6. SLU visits number 23 Dayton. At the Cardinals' winter warm-up this past weekend, Lars Nootbaar says the team is ready to bounce back from last year's miserable season. Everyone looking forward to getting down to Jupiter in about a month.
We're motivated to kind of right that ship and have a bounce-back year, and the energy, even through texts of guys that are excited to get back to Florida and have a little bit of more motivation this year for sure.
Bill Pollock, Missouri Net Sports.
If I could be you.
And you could be me? For just 1 hour.
If you could find a way
to get inside.
Each other's mind.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
We've all felt left out. And for some, that feeling lasts more than a moment. We can change that. Learn how at belongingbeginswithus.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Walk a mile in my shoes.
The United States Deputy Sheriff's Association is a national nonprofit and the largest non-governmental provider of services to law enforcement. The USDSA assists city, county, state, and federal agencies with free safety equipment donations and officer survival training, along with cash donations to families of law enforcement officers who perish in the line of duty, a citizen awareness program, and more. For more information on United States Deputy Sheriff's Association, please visit usdeputy.org.
The Cardinals magazine, the care and quality of its presentation, the thick paper, the glossy photographs, and photographs from Stan Musial to Lou Brock to Jim Edmonds to the present-day players, the Cardinal tradition, the history. It will put you right there in Busch Stadium behind home plate like no other magazine. And it's easy to start a subscription. Just call 314-345-9000 or visit cardinals.com/magazine. New Year's savings are going on right now at Napa Auto Parts Store in Salem. You can save up to 20% on Napa Night Vision LED sealed beams and LED miniature bulbs. Plus, you can save up to 55% on exterior lighting clearance while supplies last. Stop by Napa Auto Parts Store at 604 East Scenic Rivers Boulevard in Salem today.
With Ag News on Brownfield. Agricultural meteorologist Greg Solier says below zero temperatures will stick around some this week.
We'll see that Tuesday morning and another run of that stuff for late next week as well. So with some element of wind, it won't be the 50-mile-an-hour gust we had with the blizzard, but with some element of wind, those wind chills will be down at 20, 30, 35, 40, 45 below zero.
But temperatures are expected to improve slightly. He tells Brownfield there are more Arctic fronts coming.
They don't have a lot of snow with them, except for downwind areas of the Great Lakes regions where those lake waters are unusually warm and ice-free. Parts of the northern and eastern Corn Belt will get some lake snows, another recoating, a little blowing around, and another run at daytime readings that may be just in the single digits and teens over the snow-covered areas of the plains and Corn Belt.
A bipartisan group of U.S. senators have expressed deep concerns about the New York Stock Exchange IPO plans for Brazilian meat packing giant JBS SA. In a letter to the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler, the group says JBS poses risk to potential shareholders because of its track record of corruption, human rights abuses, monopolization of the meatpacking market, and environmental risk. The group is urging the SEC to protect the integrity of U.S. capital markets and the legal rights of U.S. investors. Earlier this year, JBS revived its more than decade-long effort to list its shares on the New York Stock Exchange, and Missouri Senator Josh Hawley had signed on to the letter. The CEO of the National Potato Council says continued partisanship in the U.S. House indicates it might be challenging for lawmakers to pass a new farm bill this year. Cam Quarles tells Brownfield,
all that means is the U.S. is falling behind as our foreign competitors move forward.
He says the U.S. potato industry would like to see enhanced research, greater developments in trade promotion programs, and updates to crop insurance for the specialty crop industry, but these updates will require more money.
Specialty crops, wonderful commodities, but they're high cost to produce, also high value. They're expensive to insure, they're expensive to buy when you're talking about the federal feeding program. The math is very tricky when it comes to specialty crops.
Quarles says all of agriculture is encouraging lawmakers to get a farm bill completed this year, and everyone's watching to see how lawmakers address a possible government shutdown. And ag lenders suggest new and beginning farmers are affected more by market volatility. Chris Fitzloff with Compure Financial tells Brownfield price fluctuations impact all farmers.
But it seems like our beginning farmers get affected a little bit more. You know, things are typically a little tighter on the beginning farmer side. We need to kind of pull out all the stops and the resources to work with them.
He says young farmers should work with their local farm service agency to keep up on programs. I'm Kara Hart for Brownfield.
This spotlight on soybeans is brought to you by Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff. Missouri soybeans winter meetings are in progress in each of 7 districts in the state. Field Services Coordinator Dylan Anderson says this year each of the meetings begins with a high-yield network discussion.
We're trying to get a community of folks around the state together to share different practices that they're doing and ways that they found that increase their yield, trying to create a fellowship and community to grow the yield across the state.
Anderson says the meetings are just as valuable to Missouri soybean staff as they are to soybean farmers attending.
And it's a really great touch point for farmers to talk to us just as much as it is for us to listen and hear what's going on in each of the different areas across the state.
A list and schedule of the remaining meetings is at mosoy.org. From Missouri soybean farmers and their checkoff.
Did you know that Salem Memorial